Hare Krishna. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Yashodanandana Jajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Yashodanandana Jajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Vrajajana Randana Yashodanandana Yashodanandana Vrajajana Randana Yashodanandana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava
श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदी। Hare Krishna, everyone. I hope my sound is clear. Whatever I'm speaking is clear to you, and hopefully the video is clear as well. So it is a little strange and a little new for us that we are meeting at this time on a Sunday via the internet. We should be we'd rather be in temple and chanting and dancing with the devotees, but because of the current circumstances, we are uh, confined to our respective homes. So today's topic that we'll be discussing, it is called turning self-isolation into self-education and self-reflection. Now, the self-isolation, it is recommended in Shastra, that we'll discuss today, how from Shastra it is recommended. But strange enough, our government is also saying do self-isolation. Now, when we do self-isolation, what should we be doing? So, as per scriptures, we should be doing self-education and self-reflection. So we'll be reading today from chapter 9 of Bhagavad Gita, verse 10. So I'll post this link to you right now. If you want to get that on your mobile or on your computer, then we can read it together. So I'll chant the prayers now, and then we'll start our today's discussion. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Agyantimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So we're reading from chapter 9 of Bhagavad Gita. the chapter is called the most confidential knowledge, and the verse is number 10. I'll just repeat once, and then I'll read it as well myself. मया दक्षेण प्रकृति सूयते सचराचरं हेतुनानेन कौन्तेय जगद्विपरिवर्तते. Translation: This material nature, which is one of my energies, is working under my direction, O son of Kunti, producing all moving and non moving beings. Under its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. It is clearly stated here that the Supreme Lord, although aloof from all the activities of the material world, remains the Supreme Director. The Supreme Lord is the Supreme Will and the background of this material manifestation, but the management is being conducted by material nature. Krishna also states in Bhagavad Gita that of all the living entities in different forms and species, I am the Father. The father gives seeds to the womb of the mother for the child, and similarly, the Supreme Lord, by his mere glance, injects all the living entities into the womb of material nature, and they come out in their different forms and species, according to their last desires and activities. All these living entities, although born under the glance of the Supreme Lord, take their different bodies according to their past deeds and desires. So the Lord is not directly attached to this material creation. He simply glances over material nature. Material nature is thus activated, and everything is created immediately. Because he glances over material nature, there is undoubtedly activity on the part of the Supreme Lord, but he has nothing to do with the manifestation of the material world directly. This example is given in the Smriti. When there is a fragrant flower before someone, the fragrance is touched by the smelling power of the person. Yet the smelling and the flower are detached from one another. There is a similar connection between the material world and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Actually, he has nothing to do with this material world, but he creates by his glance and ordinance. In summary, material nature, without the superintendence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, cannot do anything. Yet, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is detached from all material activities. Translation again. This material nature, which is one of my energies, is working under my direction, O son of Kunti, producing all moving and non moving beings. Under its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. So, this is a very wonderful shloka from Bhagavad Gita, and I thought this is the most appropriate shloka to read in the current circumstances, because all over the world, everybody is bewildered. What is happening and how to react. They're trying to find the source of this virus and how to contain it now. But here in this shloka, the Krishna says this material nature, which is one of my energies, is working under my direction. So we should understand that actually everything is done under the direction of Krishna, and the material nature is just the manager. So here Prabhupada in the purport he mentions the Supreme Lord is the supreme will and the background of this material manifestation. Sorry, the Supreme Lord is the supreme will and the background of this material manifestation. But the management is being conducted by material nature. So nothing is done without the supreme will or the supreme direction of Krishna. And Mother Nature or Mother Earth, she she conducts under his direction. So we'll try to connect this today's shloka along with the current situation and our topic. So our topic today is uh, the turning self isolation into self education and self reflection. Now, you know, it is so strange enough that our government has asked us to isolate ourselves. Don't to mix anyone. Uh, this is really historic instruction that government is given. But while I was preparing the today's discussion, uh, I read a few articles and so there heard some classes. Actually, self isolation is part of the Vedic lifestyle. Uh, and I will discuss how it is being done. So we all know that we have the four ashrams of the life. Brahmachari ashram, Grahastha ashram, Vanaprastha ashram, and Sannyas ashram. So in Brahmachari life, the person he goes to the ashram of his guru, and he stays for quite a few years and learns the different educational subjects from him. So that way, the brahmachari is isolating himself for quite a few years, away from the parents and the family and the material comforts, and he spends his time exclusively for the purpose of education, to learn the different subject matters, so that he can have a very nice, purposeful life ahead of him. So after the brahmachari life, when the person enters into grahastha ashram, in grahastha ashram again, though he has so many responsibilities to look after, but still as a grahastha, he's asked to do various spiritual activities in his day-to-day activities. So we as a devotees, we are asked to chant 16 round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Now that is actually a self-isolation activity. We isolate ourselves from our day-to-day activities, from our attachments, and we spend exclusively our time in isolation of everything else and in association of Krishna. So we chant our rounds. Actually, we are self-isolating and we are connecting with Krishna. And during the chanting, we are not doing anything except for hearing the name of Krishna. Then, of course, um, we read from Shrimad Bhagavatam. We do our morning program. We offer arti or sing in the arti. Again, this hearing and different singing and dancing, the activities that we are doing, actually, it is a self-isolation. We are isolating ourselves from the contamination of this world and use this time for educate ourselves. So, hearing a Shrimad Bhagavatam class, actually, it is a self-isolation activity, that we are isolating ourselves from the contamination of the world. At the same time, we are educating ourselves. And then comes the Vanaprastha life. But in Vanaprastha life, one decides to slowly isolate oneself from the different entanglements of the life. So the person, he slowly and surely, he retires himself from the different activities. And then comes the sannyas ashram. And sannyas ashram, the person actually, he actually is considered socially dead. That he's actually not existing at all in this world. But he's uh, while he's there in this world, he's spending his time just for the welfare of the people. He travels around and spreads the message of Krishna and educates the people. So if you see in all these four ashram, the self isolation is very much evident there. So as a devotee, we shouldn't uh, you know, be surprised, that we are asked to do self isolation. Actually, it is a very nice thing that we are asked to do self isolation, and we can use this time, for uh, uh, to educate ourselves and reflect in our life, that how best I can serve to Prabhupada, and then the people in general. So uh, let's look at the what other educational activities we can do while we are in self isolation. So in the self education and reflection, we should consult our scriptures, and learn the different principles which are there. Uh, uh, and in these scriptures, we understand, we can easily understand why things happen and for what reason and what are the solutions for them. So there is another place in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, "This world is dukkhalayam ashashvatam." That this world is full of misery and is temporary. So when we are, we have been threatened by this current situation of coronavirus. We shouldn't be that alarmed. Of course, we should be very much take our precautions and all the necessary actions to protect ourselves. But we should understand that this world actually it is meant for the to give the necessary lessons to all our living entities, so that we come back and go back home, back to God, to Krishna. So this world, Krishna says, it is dukhalayam. It is full of misery. We are, for some reason, we are in the illusion that this world is meant for the enjoyment. Now, while we are sitting here and you can see outside the window, it's a beautiful day today. The sun is shining, the sky is blue, the birds are chirping. Uh, but we are full of misery. Everybody, nobody wants to go out. And if they go out, there is a danger that you'll be infected this virus, and your life will be ruined. So when Krishna wants to control something, then we have no chance to go out of his control. And it's ashashvatam. Now, ashashvatam, it is, Krishna says the world is temporary. Now we can understand it in this two way, that right now we are passing through this difficult time, but we must understand it. This is also temporary. After some time, this will go away. Sooner or later. Another way we can understand is that while everything is fine, we shouldn't be puffed up. We shouldn't be, uh, taking ourselves for granted. That in a happy time, that this happy time also will go, and the difficult time will come. So because this world is temporary, nothing is permanent. In fact, in Bhagavatam, it is said, the padam padam yad vipadam, that at every step there is a danger. So the Ashashvatam, everything is temporary. Nothing is permanent in this world. Um, uh, and right now, the whole, every country, every leader, all the different departments of the government, they are all, working very hard, that that the economy should not fall down, or the people, should not be infected more with this coronavirus, and all the supply chain and the food should be available in the supermarket, and so many things. Children are worried about their education. So this is the classic example, that everything is temporary. Nothing is permanent here. A small, invisible, a microbe which you can't even see. It is keeping the whole human civilization in the hostage. Uh, uh, we are so proud of our material advancement, but the small protein cell is not even a living entity, and is keeping, is we are the hostage of this invisible protein. It's not even a person, it's a little protein cell. Uh, so it is a very wonderful, educative, situations they are passing through. And we should also understand that, we should reflect why things happen the way they are happening. Uh, what is it that Krishna is trying to teach us with this situation, of this threat of coronavirus? Now, the outside world, the scientific world and government, they says, it happened by some bats or snakes, and then somehow this virus, came into the cycle of the human chain, and then it is spreading. But there is just the, external, explanation of why it has happened. As we heard today in the Bhagavad Gita today, Krishna says this material nature, which is one of my energies, is working under my direction. So it is done under direction of Krishna. Nothing happens by chance. Why suddenly, out of nowhere, this threat is being produced to just not one country or one region? The whole world is the hostage of this particular threat. So we should see, the underlying direction of Krishna. But the outside world, the our external civilized way of living, they will not understand this. They will just go to the stage. Will find that this is because of the virus, and uh, and that will just stop there. And when we come to about reflection, or say, how we can save ourselves, well, the, the scientists and the doctors will say, yeah, well, some of the scientists are, spending, working very hard to find a drug or a vaccine or a treatment so we can get rid of it. Uh, the devotees think it different way. That today this small virus has come, and we might be able to, deal with it, in one way or the other. But the next time, something else will come. Some more virus. This coronavirus is not a new thing. It was there before. It's just that there's a different kind of a subspecies of this virus. It is creating all the problem. So the material nature, when it does something, we should ask the question, why this is happening the way it is happening. What lesson it is trying to teach. Uh, So, today is the Mother's Day, and uh, we will talk a little bit about our, mothers. The whole, if you go to supermarket, the supermarket is full of flowers and cards, and so many things we can give it to our mother. So, the mother, as per our scripture, as per the Chanakya Pandit, Chanakya Pandit says we have the seven mothers in our life. Uh, so many of you know what are those seven mothers. So I'll just list here. The first mother is our own mother who gives the birth to us, who gives this body to us. So this definitely mother, and we are very much indebted to her. So mostly the whole world right now it is respecting, that mother, who has given us this body, our own mother. The second mother is the wife of the guru, the teacher, where we learn the necessary skills of our life. The wife of that guru, it is our mother as well. So we should be respecting that mother as well. And third mother is the wife of a brahmana. The brahmana is a person who is giving nice teaching and then helping the society and directing the whole society. The wife of a brahman, she's as well the mother of everyone. The fourth mother is the wife of a king, the queen. She's the mother of everyone. Now, nowadays, there is no monarchies left anywhere. Mostly, it is gone. Just few countries, have the monarchy. But we in the United Kingdom, we're very fortunate that we still have a monarchy, and we have the queen as the head of state. So actually, queen is our mother. Those we are following the standard of the instructions of Vedanta. Actually, we should respect our queen as the mother, because that is how it is mentioned in our scripture. So today we should be, offering our respect to our dear queen as well. She's a wonderful person. She's more than 90 years old now, and if you look at her life, she's a absolutely wonderful, amazing person. So let's pray and respect, offer our respect to her as well. The next mother is the mother cow. The mother cow, she gives her milk, and she nourishes our body. Actually, it is said that when we drink cow's milk, it nourishes our brain cells. We have a very powerful brain cells, and of course, we have a very healthy body after drinking uh, mother cow's milk. So she is definitely our mother. Uh, and the next mother is the nurse, the mother when we are born, and she's helping us to grow up in this life. She's our mother. And the last but not least, the mother earth. Mother earth is everyone's mother. When you look at mother earth, whatever we require in our life, it is provided by mother earth. Uh, our food, our cloth. Uh, in fact, it is said, our body is made up of the earth. Uh, so whatever we require for our life essentials is given by Mother Earth. So we'll talk about Mother Earth today. That Mother Earth, she's providing everything, uh, for our comfortable living. But how are we treating Mother Earth? We are treating Mother Earth, with absolute contempt. Nobody is even caring about her. The so-called, the governments and the greedy companies, they're drilling uh, left, right, and center and taking all these oils out of the mother. All the waste going into the into the ocean and polluting, because of the consumerism and the greed of the people. All this obnoxious and contaminating smoke is going in the sky. So we are not at all respecting at all. And mother, she's always, even though the child is little naughty, she's always make sure that her childrens are happy. But sometimes she has to teach some lesson so that we uh, we don't cross our limit. So today we can learn, on this Mother's Day, that that we can always say, we are always saying Mother Earth or Mother Nature. So the this coronavirus, she couldn't have been this couldn't have been happened without her doing it, or her desire in it, because she is the the material nature. So um, we should pray on this day, that Mother Earth, we might have committed some gross disrespect to you, but please forgive us and give us this nice intelligence, so that we correct ourselves, and and live a life in a more harmonious and a more respectable way. Um, so this is about the Mother Earth that we can learn today. Um, and of course, the supreme most mother is our mother, Srimati Radharani. She is the supreme mother. From her everything comes. Uh, Durga, and all the different aspects of mother. Radharani, she is the source of all the motherly affection, and she gives us the bhakti or the love for Krishna. She's so merciful, so merciful, that uh, whoever goes under her shelter, she never rejects anyone. In fact, it is said that that anyone who takes shelter of Mother Radharani, uh, she offers us in the service of Krishna, however disqualified or or or, or naughty we are. uh, she just offers us to Krishna, and she says, in fact, to Krishna that Krishna, this devotee is better than me. Please accept him in your service. And this is the supreme most uh, mercy of Mother Radharani, because Krishna, she can never reject uh, what the request of Radharani. So on this Mother's Day, we should, very humbly, with our prostrated obeisances, fall under her feet. That, oh Mother, please accept us in her service, and we should be the recipient of her love and her mercy. So, so these are some of the points, we can talk about the the Mother's Day. So somehow or other, I try to connect the current situation with the Mother's Day. I hope you like them. Uh, and I'll just go into our original topic now, to the education and reflection. So uh, were just discussing that this coronavirus. Actually speaking, it is a very simple thing in a way that it is just a little protein, a cell which goes to our body, and it just disturbs our whole working of the body, and scientists don't know how to cure it. So Mother Nature is trying to teach some lesson through us. So it is said that you know that there are so many calamities there in the world, and in scriptures defines these all calamities in a three sections. The calamities given by Adidevic, Adibhotik, and Adhyatmic. The misery is given by our own body and mind. Misery is given by other living entities, and misery is given by the supernatural power. Now, I don't know how we can, which category we can put this virus into, because this virus, it is giving us a problem in our body and mind. You know, body definitely this virus is giving problem, and mind, people are more scared than the disease itself. The whole world, it is in panic state. Uh, so it is the mental also. We are mentally attacked by this virus. So and the third one is second one is adi bhautik. This misery is caused by other living entity. So this virus, it is other living entity. It is a very such a small, cell or creature. We can't even see, but it is giving misery to everyone. And misery is caused by supernatural power. This virus has really taken a form of a pandemic. It is nobody is outside the grip of this virus. So it is a miseries. We can all three kind of miseries given by this virus. And I don't want to make this kind of a discussion into a more of a horror class, but this is nothing if you compare to it. If Krishna or Mother Nature wants to really harass us or torture us, it can be even worse than that. uh, uh, it is said, I'm from IT background, and once we learned, from the NASA training that we were learning some NASA principles, that if something is likely to fail, it will definitely fail. Uh, the way we understand is that in this world, so many things we are proud of, that but if it is likely to fail, it will definitely fail. We are so much proud of our medical system and medical advancement and all, but nothing is sufficient. The whole world, it is not really can't cope up with this threat of this coronavirus. And what to speak of the other calamities. Uh, for example, right now we have this facility uh, of this electricity and internet. Now, suppose, for some reason, this facility is taken away. We can't contact anybody. Uh, let's say we are asked to do self isolate, and there is no electricity, there is no mobile phone, there is no internet. Can you imagine what will happen to this world? People will be, go mad. Literally will go mad. They don't know what to do. Uh, and what to speak of, you know, the different transportation things. If you see all over the world in the past, what has happened, that when some few countries are fighting with each other, especially in the Middle Eastern region, the price of the petrol goes up. The fuel goes up. When the fuel price goes up, the price of all the necessary items of they go up. And the whole economy gets affected. Why? Because few countries are fighting with each other, for in a particular region of the world. Now, can you just imagine, for a second, that what if this petrol is stopped, all over the world? You know, not every country has, the unlimited reserve of the fuel in their hand. Uh, this petrol stops, our cars will stop. All our supermarket shelf will be empty because all the lorries they can't come to the supermarket, and there'll be nothing. We can't, eat our uh, TVs, and we can't eat our gardens and house. We can't eat anything. Nothing will be provided to us. So, so these are some of the things which can go wrong. And it is said, as I said earlier, if it is likely to fail, it will fail. Sometimes in the future, as it is said, we are living in the age of Kali. Age of quarrel and hypocrisy. Uh, who knows what is stored in the future? Uh, so we should be ready, for this different kind of calamities. Uh, so here, I would like to take this little instruction that Prabhupada has given us, uh, that as a devotee, we should be prepared for any eventuality. And one of the desire of Srila Prabhupada was to have a self-sufficient community. That the devotee, we shouldn't be dependent on any of the, of the worldly arrangement. So, and we have seen in the past, that Prabhupada has, given so many instructions, and when we have not followed his instructions, we have suffered. So, when Prabhupada was on this planet Earth, he said that 50% of his job is done, and next 50% is establishing the Varnashram system and establishing the farm communities, the self-sufficient farm communities. So, I was just reading the other day, actually, in fact, I was hearing from Prabhupada that the devotee should have, self-sufficient, farm communities where it should be a model to the whole world, that how we can live in harmony with Mother Nature, and we shouldn't be dependent on any of the outside world. We should have our own growing our own food, and our own cloth. Uh, and that will be the idealistic way of living in this material world. So, while this we are in the part we are doing the self isolation. Some of our the managers in the ISKCON Manchester, we have been thinking that how we can uh, give our contribution to the desire of Srila Prabhupada, and some of the devotees have come up with this wonderful idea, and I'm sure eventually we'll be sharing those ideas with all of our devotees. That we shouldn't be just taking this current situation as something which you can just passing by. We should learn from this. To learn from the thing is actually the purpose of the human life. If we don't learn from the current situation, then we are just like a it is like an animal consciousness. I was just hearing a class today morning from Bhaktivedanta Mehra by Bhavan Prabhu. Said, when animals they can't connect, different things happening in this world. They can't relate the different things in this world. But the humans, because they were developed consciousness, they can relate. So we should learn from this current situation and make a and prepare for the solution out of it. This coronavirus will, after some time, it will go, uh, but after some time, something else will come. You know, we never know what will happen in this world. Uh, some years back, there was this recession. Uh, some countries were giving some loans at a cheaper rate, and somehow the bad debts, and all over the world, everybody was suffering. Some people couldn't even understand that, what have I done wrong? Why I'm punished for, for which reason? People were losing jobs, and the economy was going down, and it was completely chaos. So anything can happen at any time. Uh, So if things are likely to fail, that will fail. But as a devotee, we should learn from this current situation and make a preparation for our future years. So one of the things that Prabhupada has asked, is to establish the farm community, a self-sufficient community. Of course, we because our main business is to preach, spread the message of Krishna. So we'll be doing our preaching into the places, where people are gathering, cities and towns in the world. But at the same time, we should be, giving the example to the wider world that how we can live, in a more idealistic way in harmony with Mother Nature. So watch out this space, that we will be sharing some, thoughts about how we can contribute to Srila Prabhupada's this desire. So it's about 10 to 2 now. Um, uh, I will stop here for a few seconds. If anybody has any questions, then they can ask now, and we'll try to um, answer those questions. So I'll wait for a few seconds if anybody has any questions. Hare Krishna. If you have any questions, you can just type in the chat section of the YouTube. It's really a learning curve for me, and for all our devotees, because uh, when you're at a temple, when everybody's, we are seeing face to face, it is so nice and interactive, and the speaker really gets enthused to speak. But when you don't see, I'm just sitting in front of a screen. I just see myself, and I don't know the reaction of any of those who are there in the class today. So I hope my whatever I spoke today was some use to you, and that we should use this self isolation as a as a opportunity to educate ourselves, and reflect. Where do I go from here? How do I make my life more in line, more inclined towards serving Krishna, and his devotees. Yes, there's some spiritual journey. So Prabhuji or Mataji has asked this question. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, do you think modern scientists will ever be able to realize the subtle effect we cause heaven on nature? Uh, well, scientists, the answer to this is yes and no. The scientists, because they are really intelligent people, they know how things work. But if they can just be more extra intelligent and open their heart and understand who is actually the director of all these things which are happening, then they will understand. But if they just open their heart, they will be able to understand. But if they are just puffed up with their material knowledge, then there is I don't think there's a chance that they can learn from their just by the uh, heaps and heaps of knowledge they are gathering into their brain. In fact, those scientists in the past, who had opened their heart and acknowledged the control beyond them. Like there was a nuclear physicist, Mr. Oppenheimer from America, who had developed the atomic bomb for America. When he saw the explosion, of the nuclear bomb, and it was so bright, he remembered uh, the the description of Bhagavad Gita that 10,000 suns rising at the same time. So yes, the people, the scientists, they if they open their heart, they will be able to understand that there is a power beyond them. In fact, I came to know that even Albert Einstein, he was the student of Bhagavad Gita. And even in the past, Newton, Galileo, all the different, it's just that in current modern world, the scientists, they are just, illusioned, puffed up by their material nature. So that'll be my answer for you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Anybody has any other question? So if you're all writing your question, in meantime, I'll just offer my obeisances to all of you who have come today and join our class. Please stay safe. For the next few days, please isolate yourself. Don't go out. And hope you have enough uh, necessary things in your house to for a comfortable living next few days. And while we are isolated, please use this time for reading Srila Prabhupada's book. Chant your rounds very nicely, and reflect, very nicely onto how we can serve Srila Prabhupada and his devotees very nicely. And we should use this time in a such a way that when we do come back, meet each other, we come back very strong, with more strong faith in chanting, dancing, and feasting, and do our service with nicely. There is a few question has come. Prabhuji, yeah, is it kind of a revenge from Mother Nature to punish most of us citizens, which includes devotees of Supreme Lord? Why animals are not affected in this calamity? Well, I think animals have suffered enough from the humans, so they are spared from this one. Uh, Today, in fact, I was just went outside and I was thinking, what how this all the pigeons and sparrows will be thinking, why everybody is there is nobody in this world. They must be really wondering. Yeah, animals have suffered enough from the humans. And yes, Mother Nature, she doesn't have a revenge mentality, but she does correct us, from time to time. Actually, it says Mother Earth, so Mother never hates her children. She's loving everyone. Uh, but sometimes when we do cross our limits, then she has to correct us. So I think this is a corrective measure, and we should learn from should learn some lessons from this calamity. Uh, yeah, are the animal souls doesn't have any. Babu Bhai lied. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Babu Ramataji. Babu Ramata is saying, I hope we can all meet very soon. Surely, Mataji, we are all raring to meet again. As soon as things subside, then we'll meet again. Surely. Bajkumar Govind Prabhu saying, Prabhuji, if God forbid gets infected with virus, how can we deal with spiritually? So I understand. I hope your question is that if we do get infected by virus, how we can deal with spiritually? Wonderful question, Prabhu. We should never take anything to chance. Generally we might be thinking that it's happening to anyone, everyone, but I will be spared. We shouldn't have that false overconfidence. Um, in fact, yesterday I was hearing one class that one devotee was saying that we should chant and read, every day in such a way that this is my last day. Uh, if we do it in that consciousness, then all we spiritually will be very strong. So we shouldn't be overconfident, and I should request all the devotees that we should collectively pray for each other's protection to Srimati Radharani and Krishna. In fact, if you have some extra time, please chant some extra rounds, the protection of your own family and protection of the devotees around the world. And ultimately, it is in Krishna's hand. There's one point that I wanted to discuss today, but because of the time, I did not include. But maybe I can speak now. That actually it is said there are six things fixed for us, for every human being. Six things are fixed: his birth, his death, his happiness and misery, the glories and the inglorious things. The yash and apyash, the fame and infamy. These six things are fixed for a devotee. In our control, we have the only thing in our control is that how we can react to this. Uh, so miseries and happiness are fixed for us. So how we can react to us, which is in our control. So right now, we are all, most of us are healthy and in good condition. So we should use this time uh, to spiritually become strong with our chanting and reading and all our spiritual activities that we do. This is the preparation for the time when we'll be not that healthy. We will not be so mobile and agile. The reality of life is that we all get old. We all get some disease, and then one day we'll all be dying. Somebody may be dying in the hospital or at home, or somebody might be abruptly in an accident or some in some other way. So we all be careful of the calamities of this world, and should be preparing. While we are happy and healthy, we should be preparing for the for those difficult times. Okay. Shankara Prabhu, thank you for the wonderful class. Bharti Mataji, Hare Krishna Mataji, how to protect Mother Earth and Mother Cow in this Kali Yuga? Hare Krishna. Oh, wonderful question, Mataji. Uh, how we protect Mother Earth? Well, uh, Mother Earth actually she's very happy. When the devotees are chanting and dancing. She's happy that that the footprints of the devotees of Krishna. When we go for the Harinam, when we go for our different services in this world. Then Mother Earth, she is very happy that these children of pine, they are very nicely engaged in the service of Krishna. So if we are nicely engaged in the service of Krishna, and the preaching and the message of Krishna all over the world, then Mother Earth will be very happy. And practically speaking, we should be also, not be living a very, environment unfriendly life. We shouldn't be having the consumerism, gross consumerism. As you must have noticed, in our temple, we try to be as environment friendly as possible. We don't use plastic. And from time to time, we whatever things that we are so much things which are not so environment friendly, we try to reduce them. And that is the, in fact, the policy of all over the world for all our temples. Uh, so yes, practically we should also live very, environment friendly life. And mother cow, well, mother cow, civilization in such a way that, we won't be able to protect all the mother cow, but if possible, uh, I think as a devotee we should all come together and have some goshala in our particular area, and have few cows, however much we can protect them. We should protect them. Is Mother Earth a personality herself, Prabhu? Yes, definitely, Mother Earth. She is a personality. Uh, in fact, in South Indian temples, like the different devotees, uh, Mother Earth, she's definitely a person. In fact, in South Indian temples, there is the deity of Bhudevi. Bhudevi, she is Mother Earth. Uh, so, and then many times, when there are any some calamities are there, then Mother Earth, she goes to Vishnu in different form. Mostly the form of a cow. So when there was a time when the uh, the Kamsas was terribly, exploiting the Mother Earth. Mother Earth went as a cow, to the sages and Vishnu. So yes, Mother Earth, she's a personality. She's just like one of us. Okay, Braj Kumar Govindabu, Prabhuji, do you have any advice for our young congregations how to deal with this? For our young devotees, uh, again, while they are young, they should be really, spending their time, their education, because nowadays, to get a nice comfortable life, you require money, and for money you require either a good paying job or a nice business. So if you want to have a nice, comfortable life, so that you can, practice your spiritual life very nicely, so we should be very nicely, engaged in our education, so that we can, have a materially a prosperous life. And that comfortable life we should be using for the service of Krishna. So as a young person, we should not, neglect our education. At the same time, we should not compromise with our spiritual duties as well. And then this young life, we should be, getting proper training on how to, you know uh, live our rest of the life. Good education, get some practical, training from the devotees how to live a good grahastha life, and also, prepare for the, rest of the life for our vanaprastha and sannyas as well. So at young age, it is a good time to prepare for our future life. So young age is a very good time to uh, uh, educate and prepare ourselves. Hope this answers your questions. Anybody has any other questions? It is 5 past 2 now. uh, there is no prasadam we can serve today, so I hope you have everybody has cooked some nice prasad for in your house. And after the class, hope you have a wonderful prasadam together with your family members. Okay, so I believe there is no more further questions. So thank you all very much. Thank you for your time. Please stay safe, and please isolate yourself, but use your isolation for becoming more stronger in your spiritual life. Spend a very good time with your family and read Srila Prabhupada books very nicely. In fact, we can convert this isolation into into nice, wonderful way. We can family can come together, chant their japa together, discuss, read and discuss scriptures with the family members, and in your free time, if possible, call other devotees. Make a nice friendship with other devotees, and that way we can increase our bond with wider devotee community. So it is said the devotees are very expert. There is no power in this world who can stop devotees in progressing in the spiritual life. So use this time very wisely in a more constructive way. And so when we do meet, and we are more stronger. And we saw Srila Prabhupada in Manchester very nicely for the whole of humanity. Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Shri Panchatattva Bhagwan ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Gokulanand ji ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanand.